Your business operations and your social media presence aren't separate entities. They're not. They are side by side in the same coin. They are two sides, two sides of the same coin. It's like you got heads on one side, tails on the other side. When you're consistent in one, it naturally spills over to the other.
Welcome to the Social Mojo Podcast, the place where entrepreneurs and creatives come to discover the secrets behind building a powerful, engaging brand without spending a fortune. Let's meet the host, Mr. Anthony Porter, your guide on this journey to harness the power of organic social media. In each episode, we dive deep into the strategies that work, sharing insights, actionable tips, and success stories from experts and trailblazers who've done it all. From planning your content with precision, growing your audience authentically, to monetizing your passion effectively, we've got you covered. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to elevate your social media game, stay tuned. Because here, at the Social Mojo Podcast, we're all about making your brand unforgettable, organically.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode, a very insightful episode of the Social Mojo Podcast. Hey, today we're going to take a deep dive into what I consider to be the cornerstone of any thriving business and an impactful social media presence. Now, it's just not about showing up no more. A lot of people think it's still about showing up. It's not about showing up no more. It's about showing up consistent, all right? Day in, day out, building trust, fostering connections, and ultimately unlocking the growth and success you've been dreaming about. Think of it this way. Every time you deliver on your promise, every time your audience sees your brand's familiar face, i.e. your face, every time you engage in a meaningful conversation, you're laying another brick into the foundation of loyal customers and a buzzing online community. Now you have to think about that, man. This is what you want to do. You want to be able to draw these people into you. You want to be able to enhance your presence and grow your business all at the same time. See, a lot of people come out and say, don't post on social media. I love posting on social media. Social media is fun. Now you can get burnt out, but sometimes you just have to take a day and build back up your, presence. But I love posting on social media within the next 25 minutes, because that's what this is about. The next 25 minutes, we're going to unravel the magic of consistency. For its role, we're going to take you on a journey in both your business options, operations, and your social media strategy. We'll share some inspiring success stories, tackle some challenges head on, and equip you and your team with actionable tips to weave consistency into a very, fabric of your. So here's what I need you to do. Before we get cracking, a lot of people think I'm going to say, subscribe to the podcast. I'm not going to say that. Here's what I need you to do. Grab your favorite beverage. I don't care if it's some Pepsi. I don't care if it's some Yak. I don't care if you are just sipping on bottled water. Grab your favorite beverage. Settle in. Get ready to discover how the power of consistency can transform your business and your social media presence from good to extraordinary. Now, if you're ready, let's get cracking. All right, we're going to jump right into it, man. Segment number one. Consistency in your business. Consistency in your business. Let's ponder that for a minute. You have dreams of being successful. You have dreams of walking away with a freedom price. Your freedom price is you want to make double or triple what you're making right now, correct? You have to be consistent in everything that you do. I don't care if you should have a schedule or something that you do every single day. And especially when you're trying to get to the point where you're only working maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, you should have something that you do up until that point to where the rest of the day is yours. So let's kick these things off by defining what consistency truly means in the business world. It's more than just kicking your doors open at 9 to 5. It's more than that. It's about creating a seamless, reliable experience for your customers at every touch point. I mean, you want your customers to come in, to come online, whether you're an online coach, an online author, a fitness coach, or you run a gym, or you run a dentist office, or you want to be able to create an experience reliable. You want your customers to say, okay, I had a very good experience. I need to go back. And there are so many ways that you can do this. But think of your favorite coffee shop. Most people go to Starbucks. And we have some mom and pop coffee shops around the city that are tremendous, man. They are stupendous. I like to go into some of them because I drink smoothies. I don't do coffee. But you have to think of it as your favorite coffee shop. So you know exactly what to expect when you walk in there. Listen, as soon as you get the door, you got the aroma of fresh brewed coffee just brewing throughout the place. It's a friendly Batista greeting you by name. You want people to know you by name. You want that community to feel comfortable. And you should want them to feel comfortable to call you by your name. And then you get that for some of y'all, that perfect latte made just the way you like it. That's consistency in action. That's how you keep your customers coming back. From the moment a potential customer discovers your brand to after the sales support you provide, every interaction shapes their perception. You want the perception to be stupendous. You want them to be like, listen, you want them to be your voice. You want them to go tell their people, say, you need a great outstanding coach. It can help you with your business. She's a great outstanding coach. It can help you with your business. You want to have that consistency. You want them to be able to go and be your mouthpiece, all right? Consistent branding, for me, consistent branding, messaging, and customer service, and then product or service quality all play a vital role. So it plays a vital role in building a rock solid reputation. Remember, remember this now. I need you to remember this. Remember, trust is earned and not given. A lot of people think that you could just give your trust factor, and because you got a couple of ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, that that, that you are the authority figure. Sometimes that works and sometimes it don't. But consistency is the key that unlocks trust. You can't just record a video and not show up for a month and think that video is gonna be the one. You got some viral videos that go, but you gotta be consistent with it. All right. It tells your customers, we're here for you. I want everybody to know when you're dealing with myself and Amplify Digital Academy, we are here for you. We want you to be able to understand, like, our coaching program that we're working on is to help men, like stay-at-home dads, young minority entrepreneurs. We're trying to help them sustain that lifestyle. Because listen, sometimes the workforce, just like college, is not built for everyone. You have some old heads that are still in these workforces that still think the rules apply from the prohibition era. They still think that they can speak to a person the way they were spoken to, and it works that simple, and it doesn't. So, we want to be able to say, or you want to be able to say with your product or service, that we deliver on our promise and you can rely on us. That's how you want it to be. You want them to feel that way. Now, maintaining consistency isn't always a walk in the park. Businesses face challenges. You're gonna face challenges every day. The number one pro tip I want to give you real quick is always remember, it's your business, it's your fault. Everything that you do is your fault. If the sales are not going right, it's your fault. The ads are not playing right, it's your fault. If your social media posts are not posting right, it's your fault. I always remember that it's your fault. All right. So, with the challenges that come, like staff turnover, supply chain disruptions, and even evolving market demands, the cost of goods has gone up tremendously. I was just in the store earlier today, and I bought a couple of 2 liters of soda, and the guy told me, he was like, "Man, I remember when these was $1." And I'm thinking to myself, they was $1.25. Now they're $3.75 for a 2 liter. So you either want to supplement your business, or you want to be able to say, I don't want to worry about that, but you still want to make sure you cover all your aspects. But those who can navigate these obstacles successfully are the ones who can truly stand out. So if you can maneuver around everything that becomes an obstacle, becomes something that keeps you from being able to do what you want to do, you can maneuver around that. Guess what? You'll be all right with this. All right, so think of it as a marathon and not a sprint. I don't know how many times I got to say that. Matter of fact, I was just on a coaching call earlier, and this wasn't my coaching call. I'm on the coaching call because I still get coached. I'm on a coaching call, and the coach John had said people seem to follow the shiny object syndrome because guess what? And John's one of my mentors. Guess what? Because people, this is what they see. This is what they know. People tell you can build a seven-figure business in 48 hours. No, you can't. But that's the perception that some people preach, and that's how they get all of their courses sold or things like that. And some of the gurus just I've been laughing. I'm like, and I'm not knocking them, but I just been laughing. So set clear goals, document your process. Please, if you got a team, empower your team, man. You have to empower your team to uphold your brand's standards. Remember, consistency is a team effort. When everyone's on the same page, that's when the magic happens. So basically, what we just did was we just defined the consistency in your business. We just broke down the consistency in your business, and I kid you not, man, that might be one of the most powerful and most important parts of business. Everything we just talked about, being consistent, showing up on time, showing up constantly. The one thing we didn't say was is when you show up at the same time. All right, show up at the same time, all the time. And when you show up at the same time, consistently, everything works out for you. Now, we're about to jump into segment number 2. Now we're going to talk about consistency in social media. So as we shift gears and talk about consistency in the digital realm, the digital real estate, we're talking social media, we're talking all your major platforms. Here's one thing I want you to do. Here's one thing I need you to take from this. Take one to focus on, and then use the others to repurpose. So for some it's Instagram, for some it's LinkedIn, and then they repurpose their content on each platform. So like for me, I use Riverside FM to record my videos. A lot of people use screen share, a lot of people use OBS. I use Riverside. The reason I use Riverside is because when I record my videos, I can record my videos in landscape and then turn around and exit social media clips in portrait. And so when I'm doing this, it helps me to be more consistent because all of my social media is already done. My reels are done. My long-term content is done. My short-term content is done. I'm able to generate my show notes for my YouTube channel. And also I'm able to generate snapshots. So basically I can give you a full-fledged thumbnail, or I can go create my own thumbnail with the camera, which is what I like to do. I like to do a lot of stuff myself. So in today's hyper-connected world, your online presence is often the first impression people have of your brand. And guess what? Consistency matters here just as much as it does in your business. Imagine scrolling through your feed and seeing a brand post and there's no clear visual style or message. So I've been experimenting with with my new page. I am Anthony Porter, followers on Instagram. But I'm getting ready to get to the point where everything is going to be consistent. It's going to be uniform. I'm just testing certain things. I'm seeing what videos is working right. Remember, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So I need to find out. But what is working is I'm getting a lot of connections. Now I need to focus on the connections, the followers that resonate to my brand itself. So sometimes you can be left wondering what they stand for, or if they even were following. See, a lot of people follow because they want to follow to build up their presence. I will listen. There's a lot of things that what I like to do is when people follow me, I'm gonna go to their page because I need to see what they're about. Like there's a couple of people on here that, and here's another thing. A lot of people have duplicate accounts, which is cool, but what you have to realize is I'm looking at your page because I don't want to be the person who is following someone, okay, and then all of a sudden you start getting these DMs talking about meetups. No, that's not what this is about. Now, a lot of people have run into this problem. I was just listening to a guy the other day. Two things he was talking about on social media. Number one, he said, man, these bots are coming in here and they're using AI generated material. And then all of a sudden you got somebody who's trying to scam you. And that's what this is. This is nothing but scam. So if you ever get those particular type posts, just delete them. And then don't even follow back because a lot of times they follow you, then they DM you. And then once they DM you, then that's when they start, hey, how are you? Nah, we don't want to hear all that. So just remember, you got to make sure that people are worth following because this is your niche. This is what you're doing, all right? So on the other hand, a brand with a consistent posting schedule, a distinct voice, and a captivating visual draws you in. So if you are uniform, like I said, I've been testing things out. So I have post, I have portrait post. So there's a major difference. Posts are 1080 by 1080. But portraits are 1080 by 1350 or 1350. So bigger better. Bigger is always better, right? So I go with portrait now. And what I've been testing different backgrounds, the photo. I want everybody to know who the person is behind the post. Say no thing page. This is my post page, and this is how I want my brand to be, and this is how. So that's how you gotta think. Okay, you want to be known as the expert. You want them to have that trust factor with you. So you feel a connection, they feel a connection, and you're more likely to engage and become a loyal follower. So if you are trying to follow somebody, check them out. Get in your niche. Here's another pro tip, real quick. In your niche, whatever niche you are, if you're an author, or a motivational speaker. For me, I follow three different motivational speakers. All right. And believe it or not, two of them are actually motivational speakers. One is a coach himself. All right. So there's Eric Thomas, that's Anthony Tucker. Oh, it's four, Jeremy Anderson and Markel Russell. Powerful brothers. All right. And when I do my podcast, I follow David Sands and Nehemiah Davis. Now, David Sands has a co-host, Miss Donnie. And so I love the platform that they have. And then, of course, when it comes to other podcasts, Million Dollar Worth of Game, Drink Champs, Earn Your Legion, all of these have a social media presence and everything is consistent with their page. So as I'm following, I'm starting to see and I'm studying. I'm not stealing nothing, I'm studying. And you want to be able to mimic the people who you are following. They're successful. You're trying to get there. So you just want to make sure that everything that you do to the point where you feel comfortable, your brand page is your brand page, okay? And so think of this. Social media consistency comes with its own set of hurdles. You have the algorithm that changes day in and day out. The pressure to create fresh content and with, the consistent battle for attention can make you feel like an uphill climb. Here's the thing. When you first start out, make your content. Make your content because you want to impress your audience. You want to draw people to you. You don't just. A lot of people are trying to force their way through. Feel comfortable. Make your content, but also when you make your content, like make batch content, and then have some days where you just have specifics that you want to do. Like right now, this is the holiday weekend, right? So Labor Day's here, so content has already been batched out. It's just a matter of posting and then go throughout the day. I'll make some more posts, some reels, some stories, all of that good stuff. So, but fear not, because I'm telling you, man, that's the way that people lose their consistency because guess what? They're trying to conquer the ways of all of these challenges at once. Man, there are so many social media management tools out there that can be your best friend. There's stuff to help you schedule your post out. Like later, I use a platform with inside of my own software. I have an all-in-one business platform where I can do everything. I got run my calendar from there. I run my social media posts from there. I have an AI bot chat. My reputation, funnels, all of it, all in one. Now, if you ever want to know what I'm talking about or get a little bit more knowledge, I'll leave you the email. You can just email me and we can sit down and chop it up. and you can get an understanding of what it is I'm speaking on. So, you know, things to help you schedule your posts, advance and maintain a consistent presence, even with your busy lifestyle. And that's what you want. See, every day you don't want to post. Like, you might have kids that play sports, and you got to get to that sporting event. And sometimes you don't have time to post. But guess what? We go batch it out, batch out your content. Once you batch out your content, guess what you do? You schedule it. So, like, today, I've batched out my Instagram, LinkedIn, and X content. I also did my newsletter. Have everything scheduled. The content is being created. So by the time in the morning rolls around, my first piece of content will hit on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And I like to space my stuff out. So I might post on LinkedIn at 7 o'clock in the morning, but my Instagram post won't hit to 8. My Twitter won't hit to 8:30 because every platform is different. And I'm trying to, my Instagram is my first one. That's the platform that I focus on. So once you do that, you're batching your content, you're filming your series of videos. Let me give you a piece of advice. I idealize what you're going to do, say, tomorrow for next week. All right, so you do start on, now let's say it's start on Tuesday. So you come up with the idea. On Wednesday, you should know exactly how you're going to structure everything out. By Thursday, you are filming. Friday, you're editing. Saturday, now mind you, all the other stuff is already scheduled to post. All right. Saturday, it's not a rest day because those are the days that you want to fine tune everything. Sunday, you want to make sure everything is good to go to, the post. By Monday morning, you post it, and then you start the process over again. Your post already ready to go. You set up everything to go out at certain times, and boom, here it is. Now what? Well, here's what we're ready to do. We're gonna start Tuesday. So like, say you on Instagram and you want to talk about the perfect bio. So you get all of the information. You get your reels and things shot for the perfect bio. And then by next week, Monday, all your content is ready to go. But then by Tuesday, remember all your content is ready to go. But Tuesday, guess what you're doing? You're thinking about how to create a presence on LinkedIn. Now you do your research, you idealize, and then it's a system, man. It's definitely a system. So once you do that, you get all these series, graphics all at once, and it saves you time and shows that you're cohesive look and you feel better about what you're doing. And most importantly, do not forget social media. Do not forget the social in social media. I'm sorry. So engaging with your audience, responds to comments, and just having conversations. Period. It's a genuine interaction that could build the community and foster your loyalty. Here's the thing you gotta understand, and we're gonna jump into segment 3. All right. Let's say you idealize on Tuesday, and Wednesday you already got most of your stuff done. Thursday, respond to the comments, your DMs, until you get comfortable that you can respond sometime during the day. Set you up a posted schedule. Get that situated, and once you get all of that situated, then guess what you can do? Then you got time. You got time to do this. You got time to do that. And once you finish with all of your time, then we good to go. You should be fine. All right. So that's how we handle, consistency in social media. Now we're gonna leave both of them together. So it's segment number 3, linking the business and social media consistency. And I tell you what, man, that right there is probably the most powerful situation. Now, here's how we do this, because you got to think about it. Now, let's bring all of them together. Your business operations and your social media presence aren't separate entities. They're not. They are side by side in the same coin. They are two sides, I'm sorry, two sides of the same coin. It's like you got heads on one side, tails on the other side. When you're consistent in one, it naturally spills over to the other. You didn't think we was going to join these two together? Yes, we are. When you're consistent in one, it joins over, it spills over, and brings both of them together. So think of your brand as a story. Your business operations, you write the characters, your social media presence, you bring your characters to life. Your values, your messages, your visual identity should seamlessly flow from one platform to another. So basically, you should be able to go from Instagram to LinkedIn to Facebook to Twitter to TikTok to Pinterest to Snapchat all of these platforms. And then you're creating the cohesive and the compelling narrative by doing all of this. So use social media to showcase your consistent business practices. So for me, I use social media to show you some of the things that you can and give you some of the free value, free game tips that helps you out. Okay? A lot of people don't have the money to buy courses. A lot of people don't have money to do coaching programs. That's fine. What you can do is learn some of this free game and start to build your own online presence. And remember, you want to monetize because guess what? A lot of people don't understand Instagram pages shoot reels. So you use the social media, you want to share behind the scenes glimpses, you want customer testimonials, employee insights. There's no employees but me. I'm a solopreneur. I run the podcast, I run the newsletter, I do all my social media posting, everything. Let the audience see your heart and soul of your brand and watch your trust and loyalty blossom. That's it. That's basically how you bring both worlds to one. So as we wrap up, as we've got to get out of here, let's recap some key takeaways. Consistency is a secret ingredient to transforming your business and your social media presence into an extraordinary platform for yourself. All right, it builds trust, fosters loyalty, and of course, unlocks the growth and your success. Remember, consistency isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, set realistic goals, my peoples. Like, be realistic. Don't be overly dramatic with your goals. I see a lot of BS goals, man, and it's funny because some people talk about they want to make $1 million in 3 days. What you moving bricks? What you El Chapo? No, you're not. All right. Be realistic. Start small and grow yourself, your presence up. All right. Your goals and then celebrate your wins. Like her recently, man, when I hit the 300 mark on social media with the new page, I was excited. And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, I'm at 400. So now I'm getting ready for the 500. I'm getting ready for 500. And by getting ready for 500, I gotta figure out a giveaway, man. I want to give the people a gift. So that's it. All right. So, man, listen, I got a question. What are you waiting for? Take the first step today. Craft a content calendar. Document your process and commit to showing up constantly, consistently for your audience. The rewards will be worth it. You show up consistently, get your presence, your trust factor going, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it is. You have now become the authority figure. By becoming the authority figure, you have now become that person that everybody wants to see. I mean, I like my background. I love it, man. That's the city of Louisville. That's where I'm from, and that's dope. That's our city hall right there. And then that's the A-Dom building behind it. I know that's not relevant to what we're talking about, but I just love it because this is consistent. This is what our city looks like at night. And it consistently is that way. So if you love what you hear, and we would love to hear from you, share your consistent journey with us on social media using the hashtag consistency wins. And let's inspire and support each other on our exciting path to success. So listen, I want to thank you for tuning into the Social Mojo podcast today. Until next time, keep sharing, keep creating, and keep being consistent and keep being awesome. And I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.
And that wraps up another episode of the Social Mojo podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending your time with us today. We hope you found our conversation insightful and engaging. Don't forget to subscribe to the Social Mojo podcast on your favorite platform and be sure to download the episode so you never miss out on our latest content. Your support means the world to us and it helps us continue to bring great discussions every week. Special thank you to our incredible executive producers, Sierra and Charlie Strotter, Rhea Cash, and Theory Porter. Your vision and dedication make this podcast possible. Remember, the Social Mojo podcast is a proud part of the Amplified podcast, where we strive to amplify voices and share stories that matter. Until next time, stay connected and keep the mojo flowing. Bye.